Who's that Pokemon? Pika? Pika Pika. And welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben, and this is my review for Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution, a Netflix original animated film. Mewtwo Strikes Back's Evolution was also released as Pokemon Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution in 2019. Scientist Dr. Fuji is hired by Giovanni, leader of Team Rocket, to utilize his expertise in cloning in order to create a living weapon based on an eyelash from legendary Pokemon Mew. Soon after the weapon is created, it gains sentience and is named Mewtwo. Back in 1998, a long time ago in the Dark Ages, this film was released basically, and if you have any knowledge of Pokemon, you'll know how big Pokemon has become now. We recently have Detective Pikachu, which was a lot of fun. It's one of the first, I think the first live action Pokemon films, and it kind of worked. It was fun to see Ryan Reynolds play Pikachu, and I don't know if you have any knowledge of the original film that this is based off of, but it has one of the most emotional, heartfelt moments towards the end of the film, and I'm glad to say that for the most part they've kept the bits that worked. I wasn't too sure on the 3D CG in this. It does take you a while to get used to the creation of what it looked like, because it is a kind of like a recreation of that original Pokemon series and the movies. There are certain things I felt like didn't work. Misty's character creation looks really weird. Brock, once again, has his eyes closed. I really was hoping that they were going to get his eyes to open the whole time. Just looks like he's talking to everybody with his eyes closed. But of course, the characters still do what they should do. They still are true to the original characters. Charizard is Charizard and is just untrained and just naughty Charizard. Brock still loves all the females, and Ash has not grown up from 12 years old. He is still 12 years old. Like the Simpsons, they never grow older. Ash just stays the same. But it is very nostalgic. And one of the things I have to disagree with what they did in this film is they changed the theme tune that made this show. I wouldn't say made it popular, because what made it popular was Pokemon, but the theme tune became so well known that everybody I know can sing most of the song, or at least the beginning. I wanna be the very best, and that's all I'm gonna do, because otherwise I'll get demonetized. Even Detective Pikachu had Ryan Reynolds singing the song in the crime form was better than the version that they had in this film. But apart from that, I think they really kept to what made this film what made the original great, and then they've tried to update it with their graphics. I'm not sure it works as well, but then again, if you look on Metacritic and Rotten Tomatoes, apparently most people didn't like this first film. It was very badly rated, got a very low rating. For me, this is a nostalgic ride. I loved seeing Ash and all his Pokemon, Charizard, Gyarados, all the Pokemon that you see, the ones that you love from the original series are there. Team Rocket, we're blasting off again. This is a nostalgic ride. I used to watch this with my younger brother together, and it was one of those series that that's always on TV. There's always an episode, like Friends. There's always an episode of Pokemon. Well, there was when we were growing up, and it's become this massive franchise. And so you go on this ride, and for people that know Pokemon, that are playing Pokemon, as you saw, I play Pokemon on my Switch, and I'm a 40-year-old man that has a Pikachu onesie, because this is what I use to not scare kids during Halloween, so it's something friendly when they come to our door and ask for sweets. So like Pokemon, my whole family enjoys Pokemon, so it is a nostalgic ride, and it works for that. I'm not sure that it works in other areas, like whether it has the same heartfelt strings that pulls on your heart, tugs on your heart when it gets to the emotional moment. There is an emotional moment towards the end, the climax, the culmination of the whole story of this Mewtwo creation, this evolution, trying to decide what he is, what is his purpose. I like that story. It still works. It worked in the original. If this is your first time watching this version or the story, then you're probably going to like it more than those that have seen the original, because on a personal basis, I prefer the original. I feel like it had more of character development, even though much of it is the same, 90% of the same. I just feel like maybe some of the animation works better in the original. But the CG, it takes you a while to get used to, but you do get used to it. And I just felt like it was saying hi to old friends again, if that makes sense. You know, Pokemon is loved by so many, and I hope that the new generation come to love it as much as, you know, my generation did when we were growing up, having Pokemon cards, you know, Pokemon trade-off. Pokemon cards became so sought after that they had to ban them from schools because kids were getting in fights over who was winning certain cards. That's crazy. But anyway, there were moments that I thought the CG really shined. When they were showing the powers of Mewtwo and how he could do what he do and what it looked like, I thought it looked really good then. The way they showed what he could do, you really get the sense that he is just this amazing being that, you know, that can do almost anything. And then you see them fight. I'm not sure that which fight sequences I preferred compared to the original. I keep having to compare the original because they're basically the same story. 1998 version and this version that was released in 2019, and now that we have it on Netflix, I think it's going to find a new audience. I'm hoping that people do enjoy it, but I would say if you haven't seen the original, don't go and watch the original because I think the original might be better. This one is still enjoyable. I like the fact that they got the original voiceover guy.
Look, it's me talking into a microphone.
They do things like, who's that Pokemon? All of the kind of ticking the boxes for what you want in a Pokemon movie are there. It's just basically whether you like this kind of, I guess, 3D version. I think it's okay. I prefer the original animation. Still love it because it's Pokemon. Let me know in the comments below what you thought. Do you like the creation of Misty, how she looks in this one, and Brock still not having his eyes open? Do you think Ash should maybe age a bit? Which is your favorite Pokemon movie, and which is your favorite Pokemon? I think mine is Charizard, although I do love Pikachu. Thanks so much for watching this review. Let me know in the comments what you thought. But most of all, until next time, Pika Pika.